best friends got each other's back. We used to cruise around with a bass to the max. Everyone in school while I was in the lab, cooking up some beats that would turn into tracks. High school chillin', I was on a mission. I had bigger dreams of being a musician. Teachers always talked but I couldn't seem to listen. I lived in a fantasy land, they called it fiction. But I was gonna be big one day, playing shows on the road to a sold out stage. Nobody really cared or believed I would make it anywhere close, I would fail and fade. But that's cool, I love that, cause any little doubt gives me energy back. And now, I'm in a place where I'm glad I never gave up on the dreams I had. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. Yeah, let's go. So if you want something big, you gotta swing fast, swing hard and commit. You might miss 10 times, but when you hit, just make sure that you get all of it, okay? People at the top took risks. Investing and testing is all that they did. It's not complicated, it just takes grit. So never give up, take a swing at it. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing. And big dreams lead to big things, and big swings lead to big rings. Championships or the big screen, anyone who did anything took a big swing.
Hey guys, what is up? Shout out to Blaze for that intro. Very fire intro right there. But Pick and Roll episode number 49. I'm here with Coach Ed, Next Shift, Rios, Blaze Radio, and our special guest, Captain Ralfuccio. How's everyone doing?
Sir! Hey, you gotta say it right, Ralfuccio!
Saving my voice.
Gotta roll the R's, Mitch. Roll the R's.
Saving my voice. Got the Sixers tonight. Saving my voice. But yeah, how's everyone doing? Everyone's good?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. How can we not be good when we're going to talk about the in-season tournament?
Because of my generational hatreds. My generational hatred towards Scott Foster. I will go to the grave hating that man.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I just want to say hi to a couple people in the chat before we go. There's Wally. How's everyone going? I'm not going to say hi to a Cowboys fan in there. No. Hey, look, it's Blaze Radio in the chat.
Guess what, Mitch? This is the first ever Pick and Roll podcast with...
Apartment is small, so we had to work hard to convert our kids' room into a guest room, and we moved...
What is that?
No, my phone trying to turn it off.
Oh, no.
We got dad
really
jokes.
going to do dad jokes.
On the page. Yeah, if you're on my channel, exclamation dad joke.
I never wanted to believe this. My dad was stealing from his job as a road worker. But when I got home, all the signs were there.
They're really bad, but that's what they're supposed to be. All right, now let's get to
Wow.
What up,
Okay.
TCI game?
Oh, they only get worse, cousin.
They really do get worse. But hey, shout out to Blaze for sending me this. I think at like 1 o'clock in the morning. But yeah,
I watched that last game, and I'm gonna spit out my little hot take right now. I love this tournament. We got an NBA playoff game last night, basically a couple of them.
yeah.
And you can tell during the game, like we've talked on this show, when players step up their game. And I cannot remember last time in not even late November height of the competition raising like it was for these teams. And I was sitting there waiting to put that last logo in there. I made this myself. I was sitting there with a blank slate, and I'm pumped for it.
Oh, you made this. Oh,
It was blank. I just put the logos in there because I wanted to have this ready as soon as that game was over last night.
Okay.
So here we go. We got the Knicks. Coach, we got your Knicks against the Bucks. We got the Boston Celtics against the Indiana Pacers. We got T.R.L's Phoenix Suns against the LA Lakers. And the Pelicans against the Kings.
And the bottom team is the home team. So you can, because that matters in the NBA too, in my opinion.
It really does. Home court advantage. So
ask Rios about going on the road. Sorry to pull your team's card. You got to get off that schneid, bro.
Yep.
I heard that last night. I was like, wow, they haven't won a road game yet.
And
Luka did it to you. I'm sorry, bro. I know you hate him already.
No, I like Luka. It's just when they announced Scott Foster the referee for that game, like, oh, we lost. I didn't even watch it. I already knew we were going to lose. 52 foul calls in that game. 52 foul calls in 48 minutes. Like
Şengün is for real, bro. That dude is for real. That's the first real good look I had.
Okay.
So it looks like on December 7th are when the semifinals are, and then December 8th, or is that the night?
Yeah,
the
Monday is Celtics, Pacers, and Pelicans, Kings. Tuesday is Knicks, Bucks, and then Suns, Lakers.
All right. Oh, no. Here comes everyone with the dad joke.
Yeah, don't just let the chat have them.
Oh,
Keep going.
I don't trust sushi. There's something fishy about it.
can't be that bad.
Let's get started with
Cameron.
So it's just one game, right? One game and that's it.
It's the knockout round. They've been playing that LL Cool J beat on NBA TV for the past month. It's all about knocking them out. One win and you're in. You're moving on.
All right. So let's start with the Knicks and the Bucks.
Before we do, but the one thing that Barkley brought up last night on the show was pretty interesting. The two best teams in the West are not in it. Timberwolves are 13-4, Nuggets are 12-6, but they didn't win the right games.
Right. I mean, so if you look at the top of the East, Celtics are in and the Bucks are in.
Yeah.
So they got no Sixers. I'm not surprised.
Well, we were out a couple of weeks ago when we lost that second game.
I know, but apparently people were telling me that there was a wild card, and I'm like, there's no wild card.
Well, the point differential was your tiebreaker, and Candace Parker last night had a really good idea because I think instead of point differential, I like if there's a tie for the third one, because there's three, the fourth team that makes it in is kind of a wild card. But she said she would rather a tiebreaker if like four teams are 3-1 instead of going to point differential, go to regular season standings current. And I like that better. So she had a very good point in my opinion.
Yeah. So let's start with the
Yes, and of course,
go Ref. You're good.
yeah, I was thinking about for the in season because at the tournament, I mean, for at least right now, because they always held the promise and potential for those moments. I mean, the idea to put on the NBA in season tournament is very innovative, but it's very interesting. It'll take a long while to attempt to win over enough fans and players to matter. It seems the word empty, but there's still deep pockets of skepticism for those actually competing at the competition. I mean, it seems that there are some teams getting into it or guys do not some about it. But I really thought it's going to be like an innovative, created idea, but that reflects the criticism across the game with the custom for the thing. That many players do not, at least for right now, give it like what a competition don't entirely understand or mostly care about it, because not every person across the league is against the idea for the NBA Cup. Because in effect, why not try it? Because it might be try it, but it's gonna try it to be a narrative and give like the more the player.
Yep. So I actually see a lot of predictions for the finals. A lot of them already. I've seen Lakers and Celtics. I've seen something in Pacers. Pacers have been looking good. My God, they've been looking good.
Kings too.
Yeah.
Kings look.
Or Suns or Bucks. Yeah. So let's actually start off with that. So if you have a prediction for the finals, who would you guys pick if you had a prediction? For me,
I'm gonna go. No, I have a dark horse one. I'm gonna go Pacers and Kings.
Hot teams. They're hot teams.
I really like that.
Wow.
I really do. Fox against Halliburton. Ooh,
Yeah.
that is
That's-
insane.
That's a matchup I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. Now, if it was me, I would go. I'm not going Celtics. I hate that team. I would go with the Bucks, and you know what? I'll go with the Kings as well. I'll go with the Bucks and Kings. Giannis against Sabonis. We're not in it. We're not in the in-season tournament.
You can see the logos, man. Come on.
The two teams are not in it. Think of nugs.
We're not in it because of Tobias Harris, but that's besides the point. But so, Coach, who do you have for your predictions for the finals of the in-season tournament?
It's NBA. It's going to be must-see TV,
Yep.
and they will always market the Celtics and the Lakers.
Oh, old school. I dig it. That would
They
be
just-
that would be ratings.
Everybody, honestly, out of the East, if it's not Milwaukee and if it's not the Celtics, honestly, and I understand the Knicks have a so-so fan base, but truthfully, nobody wants to really see the Knicks outside of New York. I mean, honestly, do you really think anybody wants to see the Knicks? Julius Randle, even Jalen Brunson. I mean, Jalen has his moments, but no, And if you come out of the West, all of those teams have somebody that most fans will want to watch. I mean, the Suns. You have KD. You have Booker. The Lakers. What can we say? AD, LeBron, the Pelicans with Zion, the Kings with Fox and Sabonis. So that's the thing with the NBA, because that goes back to David Stern. David Stern was a marketing genius when it comes to sports, and that's what honestly they hope for it. Realistically, if I'm going to sit there and look at who are the better teams, who I think are, and it's a 1-game series out of each of these, it's either going to be the Celtics or Milwaukee out of the East, and it's probably going to be the Suns. The Suns or the Lakers, honestly.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Randy, what about you? Who you got?
I thought I was gonna be alone, but when you went with Rios first, he stole my thunder. But I was gonna say Pacers and Kings as well. But yeah, I want to see that the dynamic duo for both teams, and also their benches. Their benches are kind of deep in a sense, so shooters all over the place. It'd be a really fun game.
Mm-hmm. Blaze, I think I'm gonna. Blaze, who you got? I think I know who you're going with.
It was really interesting last night, the dynamic where the Kings could have lost the game by 12 or less and still made it. So there was the 12-point margin, not only win or loss. You have that, and that's why I don't know if I like the point differential. I do, because that was a cool dynamic. But they interviewed people at halftime, so they're like, "We're just here to win the game. We're not going to worry about winning by 12, winning by less than 12," and that's the right answer. I talked about it earlier when I said home court makes a difference, I think, in this spot.
Mm-hmm.
The Pacers and Kings do advance, but I got the Bucks and the Lakers going to the finals. Giannis and the Bucks taking the cup.
Giannis against LeBron. I'm good with that. And and then Raph, what about you? Who you got?
Oof, I think it's gonna be like a really excited, because if you look at New Orleans Pelicans versus Sacramento Kings, I mean, guys, don't be fooled by New Orleans' record 2-0 against the Kings for the season. I mean, De'Aaron Fox is quickly cementing himself one of the best guards in the NBA. It will likely like a soft interior Pelicans defense. I mean, Harrison Barnes, Malik Monk. But when it comes to which team performs better in the clutch, there's really no contest. I mean, the Pelicans had a lowly rating in minus 13 clutch situations this season, compared to the Kings sparkling market 1230s. Well, Sacramento isn't exactly known for the defense, but also assist, rank, clutch time, defensive rank, this kind of story. So, I mean, that the Kings will take it at this one. So I will say this: the Kings will win. Also Phoenix Suns is going to happen. I would say Milwaukee Bucks versus Indiana Pacers. Also, they got Phoenix Suns versus New Orleans Pelicans. Also for the championship, I would love to see Milwaukee Bucks versus Phoenix Suns. I mean, this is gonna be like a rematch.
Yeah.
There's no wrong answers in this opinion, in my opinion. There really isn't.
It is if you say it's a Knicks.
Come on.
That's nah. The Knicks.
These are the 8 hottest teams right now. They've been winning games, so they get on a little
Yeah.
run, upset a couple of teams. I wouldn't put it past.
I mean,
I know where you're coming. I get where you're coming from, Coach.
Oh, it's gonna be.
And
I'm
Blaze,
actually looking forward to this.
Blaze, I agree with you with the point differential. I mean, when the head coach has to sit there, and first and foremost, that tells me everyone didn't really pay attention to what's going on with the whole tournament. When you have one head coach explaining to the other head coach, I have to score because we have people telling me how the other teams are doing. That tells me either Chicago just basically said, well, we don't care anymore, so we're not following, or they just really didn't understand the whole format. Because it is a little bit confusing. It's the first one, so you got to work the kinks out. Hopefully they'll do something with this point differential because I personally, it's not a good look in any sport. What was one of the biggest issues with college footballs back in the day? Teams would run up to score because everyone looks at point differential and they're this and they're that based off of that, but I don't like it. They're fouling Andre Drummond because I get the tactic if you're in a close game, but when you're 20, 30 points ahead and you're still trying, come on, man.
Yeah, win's a win. We've talked about you win by 1, you win by 30, you still win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
exactly.
Wait, what? If I'm right, you owe me something.
Right about what?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Let me go up and say.
Man.
Let's see.
But if the Lakers don't make it, the Bucks and Lakers.
Okay.
All right.
It's my pick too.
Yep. I'm really excited for this. It's something different, and then the other teams get 9 days off a rest or something like that.
Oh, they're going
So-
at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
But let me ask you guys this though: once the tournament is over, is the play just going to go?
That's we don't know. That's the thing. I think it might level back off a little bit because players in the NBA play for longevity. They want to stay healthy the whole season. They don't go full blast. But seeing players go full blast right now is it? I knocked this tournament when we laughed at it when he started it.
Yeah, we all did.
I don't think it's
still
going
laugh at
anywhere.
it.
No, I love it.
Mm-mm.
I
No, I
ain't
love
no
the
more.
competition, but I just love the title. In-season tournament.
Oh, it's fun to
But
say.
yeah, that's really what it is. Blaze, you said this. You want the competition. As competitors, that's the whole thing. You want to see guys out there competing. All right, Randy. You want to see guys out there competing. Look at fans. You're paid XYZ amount of dollars. You are putting on a show for the fans. Well, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
So go out there and give us a good product. And it's a give or take. Right now, it's the first year. I get it. We just got to wait and see what's happening. So
Let me ask before we go next. Let me ask Rios and Randy a question. Your teams didn't make it. Do you kind of
God.
wish they did? Like Houston was really close. Like wouldn't you really want your team to be a part of this now that you see it happening, or does it not
most
matter?
definitely.
Or does it not matter?
Well, for our team, yeah, because it's a bunch of young kids. It's
Yeah.
great experience for them because they're basically a playoff atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Because none of these guys have been to the playoffs. This is good experience for them.
Exactly. Randy doesn't care because he thinks his team sucks and he didn't want him in there to lose. But
Exactly.
you want your team in there, Randy. If they had a nice run, and we're talking about the Raptors in there, I mean that's what we wouldn't expect.
No, because then
And-
if for some reason my team somehow made themselves in there, it would kind of almost be like a sore eye because like we lead the league in turnovers at almost 17 a game. So I mean, at like some point we're gonna run into a buzzsaw team and get run over, and they're gonna be like, "Well, there was this team out there that blah 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 could have potentially been right." So it's like I still don't like this. Like I'm still not a fan of it. Maybe I'll see what happens right now with the semifinals and the championship. But still, right now, as it sits, like I haven't been like, oh my God, it's tournament day. I got to tune in. I still haven't been like that. So,
but if your team made it, that stat wouldn't exist. You wouldn't have had that stat if your team made it. And I mean, go watch last night's final game, bro. I've never been that excited about an NBA game this early. And I don't even like either team that much. I mean, seeing Monk and Fox go off was nice, but to get excited about a 10 p.m. freaking Tuesday night game in November, it's playoffs, bro. It's playoffs.
Now, Blaze, I'm going to ask that same question to you. Would you like it if the Sixers were in this?
Yes, they should be, and I'm pissed that they're not. Yes, that's my point. The Sixers are good enough, one win away from probably getting in here, and it's a team we should have beat. So, yes, they should be in this.
I'm going to say no, and just because of the Joel Embiid's health. For me, I don't want him to risk getting injured.
Don't do that,
this.
Mitch. Then he can get hurt getting out of his car. He can get hurt getting out of bed.
Okay, we know. Andrew Bynum broke his foot bowling.
Anybody, injury.
Yeah.
Only thing gets on my nerves is the championship game is the only game that doesn't count in standing.
Do you gasp whenever Joel Embiid is on the ground? I don't want that during this.
I expect him to fall 2 or 3 times and hit the floor. I was the same type of player. I hit the floor 3 or 4 times every game.
Oh, really? I never knew that.
Because I'm an idiot. I was a clumsy idiot, that's all.
You were a clumsy idiot.
I didn't mind diving after balls and, I didn't flop, though. If we get to the flop conversation, I'm going to go on a rant if we get on it because there was some of that last night.
Oh, don't get me started with Kyrie.
And for you, too. And you, too. I remember I saw your video. That was
horrible. Let's go. Please, go off about the flopping.
Now, number one, I'm glad they have a rule for it, right? And I mean, I get where Rios is coming with his part, but I got a lot of respect for referees and what they do. It's the most it's unrewarding job in complete sports. No one ever says what a great job the refs did last night. So, I mean, I know they're going to miss stuff. The ref in the Rios situation was way out of position. He didn't see it, but these guys flopping so bad when it's egregious like that. They should be able to do replays regardless. When they see that video and go, oh, no, that ain't happening, fine them, send them out of there. The flops are horrible. It ruins the game for a lot of people. I'm sure the NBA's lost a lot of fans because of that shit, and I want it to stop. It's never going to stop completely, but you got players, and you guys we can name the top 5 floppers that and some of the best players on the earth do it. They don't need to. It looks terrible. Half the time they're getting hit in the chest and holding their jaw and they're on the ground like they're dead. And the next thing you know, they're fine. It's bullshit. I'm tired of it. I want it to go away. This is the first step. It's going to take a long time. I hate flopping. I could go on, but I'm going to stop.
I think
I'm going to ask you this, Blaze.
Bullshit.
And I get it. But in all sports, there's some form of trying to influence the officials.
Hate that shit.
It just happens. It happens.
It's taking advantage of the rules. If you don't cheat, you're not trying.
Well, no, it's not even that. Think about this, all right? Because there are guys who aren't doing it, but they're not doing it intentionally. But it's like
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the egregious ones where someone gets hit in the arm and they're flying back and they're holding their nose, but then they're fine.
Soccer.
Yeah, that's trash too. If you ask me.
I mean, we've seen it in baseball. Guys get hit with the ball, and then they, drop to the ground, limping down to first base. Terrible. And then you get on first base, and they go and steal second base.
Yeah, exactly.
Or football, you get in a pileup with a fumble, and one guy we all see originally has the ball, but when you get down there, they're fighting, they're hitting each other. And the rest, they may not see it, but what do? They come in and peel guys off, and the last man with the ball, that's the team that has it. So I get what you're saying. Yes, there has to be some type of leveling off, but you need to have some type of rules to help, like you said, with replay. Replay is a good point. You have an alternate official or, off, and he sees it, and that's his only job, looking for that buzz. One of the referees on the court gets a buzz. They call a timeout, stop the play, and they go. And that, like you said, you assess a technical or the next TV stoppage. You see that?
Yes.
And if you need to rescind a foul off of somebody and give it to that other person or give them a technical, whatever you got to do. But to me, influencing, that's part of the game, man. That's what I grew up in sportsmanship, whether it's the NBA or, but the
Injuries
reason
Any league.
Faking an injury is terrible. Faking an injury is terrible. Bottom line, I hate when players get injured. Even if I hate that player, if Harden would go down with an injury tonight, I'd feel horrible because I don't like people getting injured. So why fake it? Play the damn game.
Well, so don't forget.
But I get where you're saying. Using the
sometimes
rules to your advantage is there. It's always going to be there. I just want them to minimize it a little bit. It's just too much.
I'm with you there.
It's never going to be gone completely.
Exactly.
Well,
exactly.
look at this. So with Kyrie, they reviewed it. They showed it from every angle, and they still gave him the foul.
Didn't touch his face at all. If I was
They
a
didn't touch
Houston
him.
Rocket fan, I'd be furious about that shit. I wouldn't really take it out on the ref, though. I know he's done a lot more. But if you look at that play, the ref was behind him. He didn't see the contact. He just saw the fall.
But then
The
they
refs
reviewed
right
it.
now are so used to seeing someone fall and going, oh, shit, he got hurt real bad or hit in the mouth. I got to call something. But they should have the replay to fall back on. So they shouldn't have to worry about it as much. Call the foul, just like PI and stuff like that in football. Call the play like you see it. Let replay fix it if so. Human error is okay. It's okay to make errors as a referee. It happens all the time. People dog them nonstop. But I just want it to be a little less. That's all. I told you, don't get me started on this. I want basketball to be better. I want a lot of the fans to come back that left because of all the traveling, the carrying, the flopping, and some of that stuff. Rules have changed. I'm accepting it, but a lot of people don't. This is a good move in the right direction. That's my final thought on it.
Bro,
My final thought. I want Scott Foster. I want him fired.
I'm going to send him to your house wrapped in a Christmas present for Christmas. I'll send him. Like one of those movies, you'll have duct tape. You unwrap him and have your way with him. There you go.
Oh my god.
What?
Up, Ryan.
Hey, what's good, Ryan? What's good?
Hello,
He said,
Ryan.
"Have your way with him." Wow, have
Pause,
your way.
pause. You know what I mean? This way. With this. Yeah.
That's why I was like, what?
Throw your
I was
That's what I was laughing.
Oh, wait a minute.
I was like, wait, did he
You got
really
me.
say that?
Gotta watch the. Okay,
Like, did he
fair
really
enough.
say that?
I can dish it out. I can take it. Have to be able to. Come on, Mitch. Next,
I
next,
got
next
you.
topic,
Oh
bro.
my god.
All right, hold on. I bookmarked some tweets. Give me a second.
X posts.
Well, I'll wait till y'all finish because I have a Sixers question.
All right, go for it.
Make sure you show the right
Excuse me.
bookmark. No.
Oh.
Hey now.
All right, look, you Sixer guys, all right?
Yep.
Because at the beginning of the season, with the Harden situation, the trade, we all knew that many of us were questioning, well, if the Harden is traded, will the team be any good? Will that mean that MD will request a trade out? Okay. So many wanted Knicks land wanted, that situation to happen. First of all, Knicks fan, give it up. It ain't happening. It ain't happening. So, but based on that fact, are you guys happy with after the trade, how the team is playing, how they were already projected to be a top team, but now they are really a championship or at least an Eastern Conference final contender. Are you guys really happy with that?
Good, Mitch.
I'm happy for where the team is now because how Nick Nurse has coached his team. Like, if you look at the plays play by play, you see screens, you see off-ball movements, you see cuts. Exactly what the team basketball is. And you look what happened last year with Doc Rivers and Harden. It was just ISO, chalk it up from like 40 feet out. So I love it for this team. Now, are we like one piece away? Maybe I can get into that. I got to see Kelly Oubre back in the fold. But yes, after the trade, I love it. It's great. Blaze, you feel the same way?
Twofold in this. Number one, and I talked about it. I'm a huge fan of him, and it really depends on whether Maxey went and took that next step. If he didn't, being 12-5 right now, we've seen the team not do as well as they could do in some situations. But to me, the better part is what we got for Harden. Batum is playing good. Covington's playing good.
Yeah,
we got people
and
coming off
also-
the bench playing good. Melton's stepping up. Oubre's coming back.
Put some
Whether
respect
Mitch
on
likes it
D'Anthony
or not,
Melton.
Tobias
Mhm.
Harris is a solid piece. So if it didn't come, there was a big question mark. If those other pieces came in and it didn't work out, it might have been a mistake. It was very, very thin line for Maxey making that step and the people that came in to work well. And I give a lot of credit. I was a coach before too. You're a coach. I think give a lot of credit to Nick Nurse for putting these pieces together. If it wasn't working, we could easily be 7-7 and talking about Embiid's mad. He wants out, just like you said.
Yeah.
But that also
Wow,
goes
then.
into my
Speaking
next.
about for Nick Nurse.
No, go ahead, Raph. Go ahead.
Go
All
ahead.
right, so what you're talking about for the Nick Nurse and Tobias Harris, I mean, he was clearly empowered Harris to attack mismatches, particularly in transition. And Tobias Harris is taking that opportunity from heart. I mean, his average 3-point free throw attempts per game. He has free throw them, but which the best mark since he joined the Sixers midway through the 2018-2019 campaign. While Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey remain the primary engines of the Sixers offense, now Tobias Harris has been a wild card who can score in a variety of ways. Not only he's been more aggressive with transition, but also he's serving as a cat and shoot throw alone for the perimeter, but that's supposed to game for a liar for the past NBA eras. And I think that Tobias Harris is just like the unsung hero because they have gotten for a eventful start to the 2023-24 season because they just resolved James Harden trade demand. Tyrese Maxey is breaking out for the All-Star, and Kevin O'Brien Jr. is looking out for the early steals of the free agency. But last in all, it's been the quiet, steady play of Tobias Harris, who had the best start in years.
Put some respect on Tobias Harris's name.
Now
man.
that goes into what part of what I was saying because I was watching this morning I was watching Unsportsmanlike on ESPN with Canty Michelle.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes, I know what you're talking
But
about.
now they talked about that. They said between Maxey, Embiid, and Harris, they're averaging 80 points. I think they said 80 points a game.
It's
So-
with Maxey, Harris, Embiid, and Kelly Oubre.
Well, we haven't had Oubre, so that's why they were talking about the three.
Yeah, that's why they talked about the three. So, and is this a product? Now, this goes to Mitch because I know how you feel about Tobias. And honestly, is this because I know this is he's after this year, he's a free agent. Do you feel that his improved play is based on the coaching that he's getting, or because he's in a free agent contract year?
I think it's both. I think it's a little bit of both because with Doc Rivers last year, he was not used properly. You would see him in the ISO as well. You would see Tobias Harris like in the ISO, not getting to his spots. But Nick Nurse said, like, we're just going to have him get to his spots, shoot, and get it. So I think it's a little bit of both. And actually, the last time that he had all-star numbers was with that team with Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, JJ Redick, and Ben Simmons got the all-star nod. Tobias Harris didn't. So I feel like it's a little bit of both. And then he was actually his best season ever was with the Clippers years ago, and that was with Doc Rivers. So for me, I think it's a little bit of both. Like he wants that bag, he wants that money.
Okay,
So I can't be mad at that.
Yeah.
I just want him off my team.
And also talking about for the Tobias Harris, he'll be like a free agent after that season, which raised the questions about for the long-term future in Philadelphia. It's very unclear that whatever this early season surges to a contract year post-Harden era, but if it proves to be sustainable, it might be seriously considering re-signing Harris next summer, a bit for the far more reasonable.
How old is Tobias Harris again?
Is he 30?
I want to say early 30s, like early 30s, I think.
31. So
31.
if you need to re-sign him, I will not give him 3 to 4 more years. I'll give him a 1 year with the player option in the second.
Why not 2 with a team option after on the third?
Depends on what he's asking for and how he
Yeah.
finishes the season. If he falls off, maybe he gets better. Who
If he
knows?
gets better, then yes, he deserves that money. But if he
Depends on how
falls
far
off,
they
then
go,
it'll be
too.
like my
Yeah.
wishes will be
They
great.
lose in the first round. Bye Tobias Harris is what I'd think. They something like that. They're going to get if they go to the
I think
semifinals
it's
or
actually
something.
in the second round. If we get bounced out in the second round, I think he'll be gone.
Well, saying that too. Good to see you, TRL. Shout out to you, my brother. Good to see you, TRL.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, TRL, I wanted to ask you, how do you feel about the Phoenix Suns and the in-season tournament Final 8 or Final 16? Right, 16.
8.
Hey,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it is 8. Oh, wow. Yes,
I feel like I'm.
long day.
I feel like I'm the only Suns fan that really doesn't care as much about the in-season tournament. But we're playing the Lakers. They're 2-0 against us this season, mainly because in both of those games we've had one of those big three players that have been out. So by the time we play them, December 5th, December 4th, something like that. We should have at least KD back by then, because apparently we're just resting him right now. So because I think it was foot soreness, but we mainly rested him just because of the schedule that we had. We didn't really need him for these last few games. But by the time we get those guys back, I could see us beating the Lakers finally, because I feel like, especially in the second game too, like I said, the fourth quarter struggles have been our issue this season. But ever since Devin Booker came back, we're 8-1 with Devin Booker this year. So, and we were 3-5 without him. So obviously he's a big game changer for this team. He changes the way we play. Now the turnovers go down a lot too with Devin Booker playing. He's our playmaker, and he's actually past expectations on the point guard. The point guard narrative. People saying he can't play point guard, this and that. I think last time I checked, his assisting average was like 8.5. So he's taking a step up on that. So as long as we have Booker and KD, I think, as far as the in-season tournament goes, we can make a run. We've lost one game. We're a wild card team, so I say we can make a run though.
Now, is Devin Booker ranked? Where is he ranked in MVP? He's got to be up there, right? He's got to be like top 5 then.
I think he was 7th or 8th last time I saw it. Like what people
7th or 8th. Damn, I would have had him higher.
Well, you have to remember too, he hasn't played a lot of games this season compared to
Okay,
others.
that's fair.
And that's why. And Kevin Durant wasn't even top 10, and he's been the MVP of our team this season. So that was what I was surprised about. But it is what it is.
Yeah, Kevin Durant. I still can't believe you have him. But now, when is Beal supposed to be back again?
He's supposed to get reevaluated in about a week. So I don't think he'll be playing in this Lakers game, but for the in-season tournament. But if we go farther, then I could see him maybe come back for the next game, maybe.
You know what the odds for MVP right now as of the 22nd? Jokic is first, then Doncic, Embiid, Tatum, Giannis, Steph Curry, Durant, and SGA. That's
So that's 7?
That's of the 22nd. So that was a week ago.
Wow.
That's the odds for MVP
Go
at this point.
SGA.
He's on fire, man. SGA's on fire right now.
Where's our coup when you need him?
Talking a
Where's
lot
our
about
coup when you need
Kentucky
him?
players again. Booker, Fox, SGA. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Hey, but TR, I just wanted to have a question for you, because I know that you're a Phoenix Suns fan. I mean, let me ask you a question about it. Do you think that Devin Booker has become the NBA best point guard in that season? Because what's more important in the short and long term for the organization? The zone win for the year title to this Booker's passing. On the first season since 1920 without Chris Paul running the show, the franchise has completely assumed the lead playmaking role that catapulted him to the conversation to the best point guard in the league. So do you think that he's the best?
I wouldn't say best point guard right now. I'd still take Curry over him as a point guard. Luka is still up there as well, as much as I hate to say that. You can even throw SGA in there as a candidate to, be better than him as far as talent goes this year. But it's only been 9 games that he's played point guard. Yeah. So I'm not really gonna judge him just yet or anything like that. And I don't need to. He's playing really good right now. I definitely feel like, you know, when we got Chris Paul, we started playing good. A lot of people were saying Devin Booker, you know, he's a fraud. He can't really do anything. He can't lead a team. He can't, you know, be a playmaker on a team. You know, a lot of people forget that when Booker was in his very much younger years, he had a bunch of G Leaguers on his team. So a lot of people forget that. But when we started to, I guess ever since the bubble year, when, you know, we get Mikal Bridges, Cameron Johnson, we actually suck for a while, and we actually get the guys that we needed. That's how our team got better. It wasn't just because of Chris Paul. He played a huge part of it, but it wasn't all just him. And people forget too, you know, Booker was the reason, you know, in 2021 we had our run, because, you know, without him, there's no beating the Lakers. It's 40-point games, this and that. So as a point guard, though, I wouldn't say he's the best right now, but I'd say if he keeps playing the way he's playing, he has a really good chance to get his name out there at the point guard position. But so far it's only been 9 games, so I'm not gonna
Exactly.
So
I mean, he looks like a larger version of Trae Young and a quicker Luka Doncic. I mean, he already had every pass in the back, because first, we know about the jump skips to the corner. Second, one-handed lasers across with the body with the inner hand. Number 3, spoon feeds in the rim, kickouts for the paint, and also crispy pocket passes to punish big men who want to take it away for the jump shot.
now, actually, speaking of point guards, we actually had a pretty big injury yesterday in LaMelo Ball.
You know, he's on my
Serious
fantasy
sprain in his right ankle. It's likely to miss extended time. So,
Yep.
Ball brother, not a one down.
Hey, I had to drop him, and guess who I picked up?
Who?
Josh Giddey, baby.
I'm telling you, he's gonna get.
He's still. Hey, if we start getting into all the off-court stuff from every NFL and NBA player, we'd find a lot of dirt. So I'm just talking about his game on the court.
What about his game off the court?
That's why I said that like that, tongue in cheek.
Oh my god!
But it sucks to see LaMelo hurt, man. Sucks
It
to see
really
him hurt.
does, because
he was having a great start to this season too.
Exactly, for a shitty team too.
exactly what
Man.
me and Blaze keep on debating about with him and Anthony Edwards. I'm keep on saying if LaMelo Ball had a better team, he would have been up further. I'm just saying.
Oh, jeez.
Wait,
I
don't
don't know
OG.
about that, Mitch. I mean,
I said
Okay.
Anthony
All right,
Edwards,
scoring.
he's been
Scoring, I'll give it to Anthony Edwards. Playmaking, I'll give it to LaMelo. Rebounding,
your thumb came up.
I don't care. I'm on another tab. Okay, rebounding, draw. Defense, probably LaMelo, I'm guessing.
I'm going Edwards.
On
Yeah, I'm
defense
going
or the
same.
whole thing?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
everywhere, bro.
Everyone.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
Not to knock
I mean,
LaMelo, but
here-
Ant's
here-
on
here's the
another
thing.
level.
Here's younger
Here's the
Bucks.
thing.
Oh my
Here's the
God.
thing. What turned me around to Anthony Edwards
Yeah.
was actually this offseason where he was with the United States. And I
Mhm.
watched him play. And he was
Oh.
playing with elite talent against pretty much elite. Well, I don't
Yeah.
want to say elite, but some tough competition internationally. And he was holding his own, if not dominating. So I cannot see that from LaMelo Ball internationally. I can't see
I
that.
mean, he did play in Lithuania.
No, I understand he
Oh,
did, but what I'm getting to is his leadership skills, because that
Yes.
team followed Anthony Edwards. They really did. Now they didn't win. I get that, but you could still tell that team was really playing hard when he was out there. So, and I don't know why I don't get that from LaMelo Ball. I just don't. I don't
I
get
can see that.
The leadership, yeah, I don't see it.
Yeah, I can see that. I can agree with you on
And
that.
that's why, to me, if you say who's better, I'm taking Anthony Edwards over LaMelo Ball 10 out of 10 times.
LaMelo's a great player.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards is elite.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how I
Yeah.
just see it.
Right. How many years have they both been in the league now?
Not a lot.
Well,
3
like,
years.
I think LaMelo's his 3rd year, if I'm not mistaken. 3rd or
Yeah.
4th year.
Yeah,
Neither of them
T-Rail
are
since
5
6
years
years.
in.
Yeah.
they're both 5 years in?
Neither of them are 5 years in.
Oh, okay.
I think they're both. Wait, were they drafted in the same draft class? Shit, I forgot.
No. Was they?
No. I thought
LaMelo
they-
was. Hold on. Oh,
Yeah, it was Anthony Edwards, James Wiseman, and then LaMelo Ball who went top 3.
3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's their 4th year.
2020 was that draft. That was 2020.
Yeah, it's their
That
fourth
draft
year.
class
Their
is
fourth year.
insane.
Anthony was first. LaMelo was third.
And then you know who's later on in that draft class, Blaze?
Doesn't Tyrese Halliburton.
Tyrese Maxey.
Well, he was 21st.
I'm just saying, same draft class.
Yeah, you never know. That's why when you talk about teams tanking and stuff like that, I know teams sometimes will try, the players, but not the players. But you never know when pick number 21 is going to be better than pick number 2 and 4 and 6.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
Plus, it's got to fit your scheme, so I don't buy the tanking stuff. But although I know some of it does exist. That's very vague. Monitoring him. That's pretty vague. Like, okay,
how dare they? That sounds sick. Like, you guys do. You know what?
Oh my God!
I monitored the Kings Warriors game
How
last
dare you
night.
monitor my guy?
That sounds like NFL Central
I
looking
got
for
a
some
perfect
news.
Thanksgiving joke. I'm not even going to
Reaching for news story. Come on, get your dirt sheet out of here. Let's get to this.
It's not even a dirt sheet. All right, fine.
Sounds like one now.
Here's the updated rookie ladder. I've seen this guy a lot higher on his list.
Seen Brandon Miller up there
Jaquez?
too.
Who?
I've seen
Miller?
Brandon Miller up a little higher too, and some.
No.
And I've seen Chet number 1 in all of them right now with a little slight edge over Wemby.
Yeah.
You know
As he
who's
should.
interesting? Jordan Hawkins, number 3.
Yeah.
Like,
And Scoot just started. He's only a couple games in, so we can't really judge him yet.
You already said him because of fantasy.
No, just because I like his game
I like his game too. But
a lot.
yeah. And then
number 9 too.
Wow.
Of course,
I
Arku,
like
you
him.
got it in the bag. It's your team, Arku.
Typical.
I mean, speaking about for Jaime Jaquez Jr., I mean, that guy is tremendously incredible because don't sleep on him. He can solid rebounder for the size. He's solid defender, very above average athlete, very good motor, and he can sell at scoring often ball motion plays. But he needs to improve about his shooting and can't be relaunched to take outside shots. Because for that one, Jaime Jaquez Jr., I mean, this guy is so unique. This so have energy right now, but I mean, he's a skilled swimmer, has very productive in college football. I mean, he's very versatile, high motor forward that he can do a little bit of everything, but he can score and crafty moves that are about constantly have to dribble, but also he's a solid defender. But the only thing that he needs to improve is a jump shot, especially for the outside, because he's going to project out to go for it.
All right. Thank you for that, Raph. So, leaders and clutch points. I actually found it kind of interesting. Just because where I'm kind of shocked what DeRozan was. And then you keep going. Jeremy Grant, Kyrie, Luka, and then Malik Monk right there.
So what do they consider clutch points?
Yeah,
Isn't
I
it-
wonder what that. Yeah,
Isn't that like the last 5 points, how much they put up in the last certain amount of minutes in the fourth quarter?
I want to say the parameter was like the final 2 minutes, something like that.
2 minutes, 3.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm just saying, guess who picked Dame Lillard? Me. I'm just throwing it out
Clutch
there.
time is defined as the final 5 minutes of the fourth quarter or overtime when the score is within 5 points. There you go.
Final 5 minutes,
Oh.
man.
Thank you, Google.
Wow.
Thank you, Google.
Not seeing
That's
Luka anymore.
And
It's
then
a pretty big window.
Mikal Bridges
That says
was
a
second.
but Dame at 65 says a lot, especially for Milwaukee, though. But when I think about it, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Milwaukee's no slouch, man. And it's I guess because he's 14 points ahead of the next closest contender. That's
Does that mean they're giving him the ball at the end of games instead of Giannis, or he's not afraid to shoot? We know he's not afraid to shoot.
I think it's probably their closer more so than Giannis is because he can shoot from anywhere on the court.
And I don't mind that. I want the same thing for the Sixers. I want Maxey to be a closer. Let Embiid be the MVP that does it the whole game.
So your closer isn't your closer usually a guard anyway because they have the ball in their hand.
Should be. It should be. Yes.
You know, you can take it out of a center's hand by doubling him, forcing him. But if a guard is up high, he runs the pick and roll. He controls the narrative as opposed to a center. I mean, you have to kick it out, and then he has to reposition before he gets it. And those days of the center closing are long gone.
Yeah, look at the name. Where Jokic isn't there, and Embiid's not up there, and that's the way. I think you're right. That's the way it should be.
Majority of the guys on here are guards too.
Yeah, yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that speaks volumes there, Coach. Definitely.
All right, hold on. There was this other one.
Starting to lose faith in your NBA Central with some of these headlines, bro.
This one's from Sam's. So there you go.
That's
the Bulls, I'm
okay.
sure, will cover Austin Reeves in any potential Levine trade.
He's sure of it.
Why?
Sounds like a personal opinion to me, not really like facts or anything to really go by.
All right, whatever.
That's just my opinion. That's just
Who
how
would
I'm
trade
thinking.
Levine for?
Yeah, there's got to be a lot more, Rios.
No, they put Levine on the trade market. Like what? They'll always put him on a trade market.
Yeah, because it says in any potential trade, Levine trade. So, in other words, he'd have to be included in the trade. So, whatever else you're going to include with him, yeah, they're fine. They're comfortable with, or they want Reeves included in there, which to me makes sense. If you're going to get Zach LaVine, yeah, I mean. Okay, Zach LaVine, Austin Reeves, which would you rather?
Well, Raph, you're a Bulls fan. Would you give up Zach LaVine to get Austin Reeves?
Ooh, for Zach LaVine. I mean, this is something that I was getting interested in for. I mean, because Zach LaVine, they just had three offers, which is one of them they just rejected. Because if the traditional had to go for it before I had to rise for these cold, having to go for because they need like a juicy proposed having to go for a set at one. I mean, but if it comes to the head to those favorite, I mean, they're competitive about this one because the priority is before anything else. Because this top priority is getting enough for a remain. I mean, was it a matter of fact it's go for it? I mean, they have a frustration to historical loss for the Nets. It doesn't have a feeling good about it. So if they had three at once and they just reject anything, I mean, they could convert the potential for the trade. Now, the only thing that's going to happen is because who can be traded until January 15? Because they will need to trade Chicago to more to this reason to make salary matching. Because the Stream Freely had a $1 million deal will be a good starting point in trade discussions between the two teams. Because I know for the sake of LaVine, one challenge that they can make any kind of deal for LaVine until closer to mid-December when off-season becomes a trade eligible. Because I'm not sure this is going to work, but I think the Lakers will lose a lot of defense, especially if Vandals and Reeves were including any deal for LaVine. Because they'd rather see like the Lakers pick up a 3-point shooter and a trade back out of a big area, trade a buyout. I mean, Vandal can't be traded that season for the new deal for the sign for the Lakers. I mean, AR is not being traded for LaVine. It makes no sense for dumping for extremely overpaid chocolate officers, nothing in chance for IQ or defense.
So here's my question, right? Could obviously the Bulls will go into rebuild if this actually does happen. I mean, yeah. So could you actually build around Austin Reeves?
I mean,
obviously, I don't think so.
Why is Zach LaVine still on that team if they're trying to pump it? Are they asking too much, or are other teams not willing to give up enough to Chicago? Which side do you guys think it is? Because I don't know. I mean,
I think probably Chicago. I think Chicago's like asking for too much.
Yeah, exactly.
He's 21, 4-4, I think, is his stats right now, LaVine. So not bad.
I know. If I'm not mistaken, they were asking for four first-round draft picks from the Knicks. And I think it was Quickly and Grimes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Wow.
So
see, that's pretty lofty. Then what's his contract? How much is he making? Maybe that might be the reason a lot of people don't want to take him on.
He just too. I know that.
Yeah, for me, as a Knicks fan, I don't want him personally speaking.
What does he bring to a team? What's his Is he going to change someone's team? He's a 5-year, $215 million contract. He's making $43 million.
Look at a focal point.
Nope.
Making 40.
I mean, there might be offers because there's no guarantee they can trade any of them.
He could score. That's about it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ryan.
I mean, it was logical to assume team move to Labine and DeRozan, but the player can pursue to get a most sets for impact scorer. But it should be smarter to wait to the best offer to get Testisbury because it remains like the focal point in trade discussions. Because the standards of team mirror a little more less. Because it's hard to see like where the Bulls trade all 4 play seasons this season, but stranger things are happening for the NBA. Chicago is very known for perhaps the wrong reasons that year. But the fans will likely see there's some change to the same team dishing out mediocre performance every night. It may not get a tank or looming, but it's humbles head to Chicago sooner rather than later.
All right. So I think that was the last one. Hold on. I know I got. Is this it? Bones Island? No, that was not it. Oh, here it is. Blaze,
Oh boy, let me start. It's tough. It's Duncan for me. He's great. I'm sorry, but I would prefer the other 8. That's just me. These are 9 of the greatest players of all time.
Man,
this is worse than a grid, Mitch.
Jeez. Worse than a grid.
It's just a personal preference that I would put Duncan down. I think he got enough with the rest of them. If Duncan would be gone, that's hard. I can't get rid of anybody else.
I can't get rid of anybody on this grid.
You got to get rid of one, coach. That's it. You got to get rid of one, coach.
I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it.
You got to get rid of one.
I'm not touching it. I just can't. I cannot touch it.
I mean, that's like literally taking 9 of the top 15 of all time and saying get rid of one.
if you're really going to do that, if you really say as much as I hate to say this, I hate it. I'm taking out LeBron.
I knew it.
Yeah. Some people might say Bird. Some people might say LeBron.
No, you can't take out Bird.
If you're a Celtics hater, I'm talking about people who are like Celtics haters.
I'm a Knicks fan.
I'm not you. I'm talking about the general public might do it. I'm just thinking, who are you going to take out? Maybe you don't like Shaq. Maybe you never liked him. I don't know. Maybe you're a LeBron person. You hate.
And I'm only saying this. I'm only saying now. Does this mean that based off of the jersey that they're wearing?
No,
that's the reason why you.
No, well, if you like you said, I don't want to touch this, and I think a lot of fans wouldn't want to touch this. So it would probably come down to what team don't you like the most? Get rid of that guy.
I want to look at the reply.
That's almost impossible to pick, though. I'm with you. That's almost impossible to pick.
Yo,
I would get LeBron also.
LeBron.
I think a lot of people would pick LeBron because you got Mike. I mean, you can afford to lose LeBron and still have Mike on a team if you're putting together a team.
If that's the case, if you're going to say you got Mike, then
Kobe here.
Kobe, based on that argument, if you're based on that, you're going to have to say Kobe. You can say Kobe because you have Mike.
You still have Mike.
Bron.
So if you're making a team,
LeBron,
that's a different story. Yeah.
LaFlop.
You got Wilt and Shaq, and maybe if you ask a 15-year-old, they're going to say who the hell's Wilt Chamberlain?
I can make an argument for Shaq that during clutch. I mean, Wilt's the same way. They were poor free throw shooters.
Got a couple. No.
Yeah, see,
a lot of people don't want to answer it, which is fair because look at the 9 names.
Kobe.
Those 9 names, I was like, Kobe. Oh my god!
Because I mean, I'm taking Duncan out, but arguably he's the best power forward of all time.
The three names that you don't see being taken out are Magic, Mike, Bird, and Jordan.
Yep.
Bird or Kobe right here. I never saw Wilt.
See that's what I'm talking about. If you ask a real young person, they might say Wilt because they've never seen him play because they're young.
Wilt Chamberlain could be a prime.
Prima donna.
Oh. Okay.
Okay then.
That's not the question there, Pete Garofalo.
Magic.
People like to make their own.
Magic. Wow.
Maybe because there's already 2 other Lakers. I don't know. I'm just trying to make sense of it. Yeah, I'd never be able to take Magic out.
Someone actually ranked them.
So Wilt would be the last one. So
Kobe, Magic, Duncan, Kobe, Shaq.
Max Powers is probably 12.
9.
He's probably 12 years old. I'm just trying to make sense of it.
Yeah. See, all right,
LeBron, Shaq, LeBron,
easy
Kobe.
The only one who hasn't been picked is Michael. Then so.
If anyone picks Mike, they need to reevaluate their fandom of basketball.
And get their vision checked.
I'm not touching that.
See, what I say? I'm not touching it.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like,
Shaq struggled most making free throws.
Same with Wilt though. That's the whole point.
Shaq,
They didn't
There's a
know.
lot of
Yeah.
Shaq and Wilt ones, I'm sure,
Shaq.
because of different reasons.
LaChina James, that's a new
Oh
one.
boy.
Bird, Shaq, or Wilt? Probably Wilt. Better question, who's 10? That is a good, that is a good
Picking up
question.
their own narratives there.
Yeah.
That is a good-
I don't know
all
who
right.
would be 10.
Shaq. Easily Shaq. This is so rough.
See, when you say easily, that's the thing that I have an issue with.
Yeah,
it's not
it's not
easy.
easy.
This is not easy. This is far from easy, man. No.
I'd
Whoever-
probably put Russell at 10.
Whoever
That'd be my
created this, wow, man, you got some, you got some kahunas.
They really wanted to stir it up. I mean, that's what type of question that is. That's the type of question where you want people to say, "What? You're taking that guy out?" Well, you can say that for all 9.
I am the big Aristotle.
Hey, he was good on commentary last night too. I don't mind Shaq on commentary every once in a while. I like me some Shaq. I just love Shaq, Barkley, that whole dynamic with Kenny and Ernie. I think it's hilarious. I love this because it's like dudes talking like us, hanging out talking about basketball.
Did you guys watch the Bill Russell documentary on Netflix?
No,
Oh my God, it's so good.
I might have to.
I have to.
Man,
Yeah.
the shit that man put up with, my God.
Right? Like, it's insane. Hey, Logan. Logan's here.
Hey, Logan, what's happening?
Hey, Logan.
Ken Mulkey, you aren't even good enough to.
Yeah. So that concludes episode 49 of Pick and Roll. Next week will be episode 50. We're not doing a grid, Blaze. We're not going to do a grid.
I thought you were going to talk about the games tonight.
All right.
But
Yeah,
that's all
yeah.
right. You don't have
Let's do
to.
that. No. I forgot. Oh, good. Let me.
Got a decent amount of games tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of good games tonight. Yep.
Oh, she's coming back. Oh, wow.
Sixers and Pelicans.
We don't have to pick them. We just
Yep.
talk about the game.
Sixers.
Oh, I thought we were just picking them.
You can if you want to. I don't care.
That's what I was gonna do. Where's that? Shut up, Spongy.
Oh wow.
Sixers and Pelicans. Who you got? I got Sixers.
Sixers.
Where is it playing
At New
Embiid,
Orleans.
it's at New Orleans. Is Embiid playing?
Yes, as far as I know. Yes.
I'm going with the Pelicans.
I say Sixers, but by not as much that some people would think.
CJ, and that's what I was thinking.
Oh,
I did
CJ's
think
back. Ooh.
he's
Is he?
back.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a good game.
It's gonna be close. I got
Oh
feeling
my-
it's gonna be a close. It's gonna be a close one.
I'm going with the Pelicans.
And New Orleans is in the in-season tournament, so they're a hot team.
Oh my God, the next game. Wait, Raph, who do you got? Sixers or Pelicans?
Oh, I got what are the
Embiid
concept
gonna get
defensive
his free throws.
offense?
Yep, Dodge.
Yeah, I will say the Caesars. But
I'm by myself.
Oh, Randy's
Lone
not
Wolf.
here.
Oh!
Randy's not here. All right. Next game. Lakers and Pistons.
Oh boy.
Pistons. Fuck.
The 2 and 50. Yeah, come on. I'm with you, Ron.
that was
see a
easy.
win.
That was easy.
All right.
Yes.
I'll go
Yeah.
Lakers.
I'm just kidding. He'll do it.
Lakers.
Yeah.
I'll
it's
go
gonna be-
Lakers. Their last win was in
man.
October.
Yeah.
Their last win was in October. And Monty Williams is their head coach.
They got the Lions to cheer about up there right now, so their Pistons
Yeah.
can suck.
I feel bad for Christian Slates right now.
Yeah, they don't.
Wizards and Magic.
Magic.
At
Magic.
Orlando, Magic.
Orlando.
Yeah, that's
Magic.
like consensus.
Suns and Raptors.
Uh-oh.
Damn it, Randy.
PRL versus Randy.
One of you guys should be streaming that game.
Before you guys make your picks, I will let you know Kevin Durant's questionable today.
Ooh.
Suns.
Oh shoot.
I still take the Suns.
Suns.
Yeah, Suns.
Too much firepower. The Raptors give them a game, but too much
Yeah.
fire.
All right. Jazz and Grizzlies. One
on,
has,
Come back,
Jazz
Ja. Come on, Ja. Come back. We're halfway there.
Right?
Is it,
Jazz. Yeah.
Isn't Mark Smart still out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably go Utah.
I'm going Utah.
Utah.
Rockets and Nuggets.
Yeah, there's a good one.
We've had their number this year. We've
I'm
beaten them
going
twice
Rockets.
already.
I'm going
Sangoon,
Rockets
baby.
I'll say Denver.
Where is it being played?
at
Wait,
Denver. Denver.
They're 8-0 at home, and you guys are
I'm
0-6
going Denver.
away.
I'm
I'm
going
going
Rockets.
Denver. And you're playing in the Rocky Mountains. The Rocky
Yeah, but
Mountains.
hold
Oh,
on.
and
No
Brandon?
Jamal
You
Murray.
got to break out 0-6, Rios.
There's no
Tonight it's
Jamal
happening.
Murray,
We got to
and
break the streak.
no Jokic. I don't think Jokic
Huh?
is playing.
No
Wait, say
Jokic
that
or
again?
Jamal.
No Jamal, no Jokic, and no Aaron Gordon.
Rockets are pulling it off tonight. I got Houston.
I got you.
We finally gonna win.
I mean,
I'm still saying Denver.
which
Okay. Last game.
like how they won the championship last year, they are deep. So losing
right,
2, they
so-
can still.
It's T-Rock's favorite team, the Clippers against the Kings.
Hey, I can't stand the Clippers either. I love seeing them
Kings.
lose.
I'm
I
going
love
Kings.
seeing
Right.
them lose. I
Kings.
love seeing them
Kings.
blow big leads
Sacramento.
and lose.
Sacramento.
They
Sacramento
blow
Kings
their
are hot.
load.
Well,
You said they blow their load?
blow the
pause.
lead.
oh my God.
Oh,
Lead.
I thought you said I thought you said
Wait.
I mean,
what?
we're not talking about Jordan Poole in the locker room.
Oh,
Oh,
that was my guy, the most improved player. Damn it.
He improved something, but it wasn't his game.
All right. Really quick, if you had to pick one team who's like way too early to hit the panic button, who's that team? Way
Memphis.
too early. I'm going Memphis.
Memphis, yeah, Memphis.
Memphis.
Y'all can make a
Yeah,
big
Memphis.
difference, I think.
It's
Not
between,
Detroit.
between Memphis and Clippers. Between them.
Clippers. Okay. I'm going.
That's a good
No
one.
one said Detroit. The last win was in October.
But you expected them to be a terrible team, so
Yeah.
that's why there's
I
no
expected them to be better with Monty Williams.
He sucked.
Nah.
He got
Yeah, but they're talking.
he's always
Yeah,
getting
but
fired.
talking
He
about
sucks.
for the Grizzlies, but they never talking about for the Spurs. I mean, they deserve had to go to hit the panic button because no one talking about for the San Antonio Spurs because they are only 3 wins and 14 losses.
Yeah, but I'm not panicking over them because they were expected to lose. It was
Yeah.
all
They
about,
just-
it was all about developing.
Ain't nobody coming back
Wemby.
to save them.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I mean,
They
I-
deserve
Warriors a good one
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a
very
real
good
good. I like the word. Yeah.
because they're up and down right now, but they still have great players.
Clippers
Although
are-
Draymond Green stopped flopping, I'm gonna start again.
I was live with the 49ers content creator named Ted, and his favorite Golden State Warrior is Draymond Green.
He's horrible. I mean, he's a great player, but it just his
If
the
he's
way
on
he
your team, here it is. If he's
Screw
on your
Draymond.
team, you love
Garbage.
him. If you love him, if he's on your team, you love him. If
That's
he's not,
exactly
great
why he
player,
told what he told me.
garbage on the court.
Hey,
how,
so
many
it's like-
times, how many times has the referee said, "Okay, you're right, Draymond. I'm going to switch it." So quit fucking
no,
complaining
it's,
to the ref.
no,
He ain't
that,
gonna
that
change
part. But the point is, he's an agitator. He's one of
and
those
Curry's
guys
gotta
that
defend. It's bad.
you
Draymond's
as
trash.
a coach, you love guys like that. You really do because you send them out there because you know what? Get
To
under
do
the
dumb
other team's
shit.
skin.
He
To
does
get
dumb
under the
shit.
other team's skin. Do whatever.
Get
as a
kicked
fo-
out of a game, get fined, fake your injuries.
he's
I
the
can
villain.
do without him.
Wally, no.
I'll take a bunch of other players over Draymond. He's a great player. I'm not knocking his game. I'm not
He's
knocking
like
his
Dennis.
game.
He's like
That extra
Dennis
shit
Rodman
is
in a
dumb.
sense. He's
Yeah.
like Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Exactly,
He-
Arku.
He's
Dirty
making-
player.
Yeah.
I don't mind a rough player and an agitator, like you said, but he's lost. He's done. Retire, bro. Retire.
Yeah, he went to Michigan State.
Well, well, of course you're gonna hate him for that.
Yes,
You know, what's so
Spongy.
fun. He wasn't like that at Michigan State either
I
No.
know.
because
I know.
he played with a very disciplined head coach. So
That's Thomas. Yep. Yeah, Spongy. He's gonna make his decision this weekend, Zach Leonard. So he's gonna make a decision between the Cowboys and the Eagles.
Oh boy.
is he really that special
Oh.
that he has to sit
We
down
need
and
a
make
linebacker.
decision?
Yeah, right.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, he has to sit down and, well, I mean, if that's the case, if you want to sit down and think about it, who has a better record, who has a better defense? And I'm not advocating for him to go to either damn team as a Giants fan, but
Yeah, really.
Right?
but if I'm going to sit down and evaluate who has the best chance of getting to the Super Bowl, who's the most chokingest team out there, I mean, come on, man.
Maybe he's
Come on.
more about the money. Who knows?
The only entity that chokes more than him is a high end escort. Okay, come on, man. than Dallas.
Oh,
Seriously.
there we go.
Seriously, man. They,
All right. On that note, guys,
Yes,
we're gonna
perfect.
wrap. We're gonna close out episode 49, episode 50 next week. I want to say thank you for Raph for popping on. Rafael El Capitan, really appreciate
Yes!
you coming on.
Rafuccio!
Eagles will win. That is right, Wally. Eagles will win.
Okay, NBA. Let's stick to NBA.
Good show.
Yeah.
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 On
Because
that
it's
note,
not-
guys, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We were live on Raphael's channel as well. So please go over there, leave it a like
All the
and
like
subscribe.
buttons.
He's really getting there to 1,000. Help him get there. And on the hold on, who's the last comment? Oh, Nightbot was the last comment. There you go. Check out the Hardcore Sports Network.
Love the heart. Love all you guys. This is awesome. I love
Yeah.
this podcast.
And make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe, and we are out of here. Peace.